So it's been a while since I have made a video that hasn't been a vlog or a compilation of snowstorm videos with music in the background. As my New Year's resolution this year, I decided I wanted to make book reviews and put them online. I thought in every video I'd have like a theme. And this first one's just going to be my favorites. So things that I read recently, or not so recently, that have always been a favorite of mine. Number one is The Book Thief by Markus Zusak. It is by far the most moving books I've ever read, and it has one of the best plot lines in all of the books I've read. In my family, I have read it, my grandmother has read it, my mother has read it, my cousins have read it, and we've all enjoyed it. It's something that we all can really connect on. If you haven't read it yet, it is a must-read. It tells the story of a young girl living in Nazi Germany, and her family, she's adopted, or in a foster home, and her family, they are Nazis, but they don't have the same belief. So it's a very interesting story from her perspective, and they end up having to house someone who is Jewish, and it is a fabulous book. I had to read it for 9th grade English, and I just have pages where I have annotated to my heart's extent. Let's see. I've torn this book apart. If you haven't read The Book Thief, you have to read it. It is one of the best books. Next up is Fangirl by Rowell. Her book, Eleanor and Park, really changed my life. It was one of the best love stories I had ever read, ever. And I saw that she was writing a book called Fangirl, and obviously I decided I had to check it out. It's about this girl who's going to college. Her name is Kath. And she is obsessed with this sort of Harry Potter-esque fandom. And it's basically a story of her transition between high school and college, and her growing up and realizing that she needs a balance of her old life and new. I actually had the opportunity to meet Rowell in Washington, D.C. when she was in the area, and she signed my book. So, it's just a fantastic novel, and I would suggest reading it. Every Day by David Levithan is another must-read. It's kind of science fiction, kind of not. All of his books are a little weird, as in one is a love story written through dictionary entries. Another is poems that tell a story of a high school. And this book is about a gender-neutral person who wakes up in a different body every day. During one of their days, they fall in love with someone, and it's the story of trying to find that person again, and it's just a beautiful story. Everyone who I know that has read this book has absolutely loved it, and I would suggest it for sure. Lastly is Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. I don't want to give it away too much, but it is written in 1950 and tells the story. It's the very science fiction, one of the first of its time, and it sort of gives this futuristic approach to the ideas of television and modern appliances and technology. And books are outlawed. Firemen don't stop fires, they set them. So it's really, really interesting. People with a knack for science fiction end up loving this book, and I would recommend it. It's very short, only 150 pages or so. It is one of the best books I've ever read. For a quick recap, The Book Thief by Markus Zusak, Fangirl by Rowell, Every Day by David Levithan, and Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. So if you read any of those, please tell me if you like them or not. I'd be really interested to know other people's opinions on them. Love you.